Become a member today. Your life and everything in your life is changed for the positive.
Perfect.
Love you, Dolph.
Love you, Dolph.
Straight out of Compton. Now, should we do a risk analysis? Will the buggy make it over to the back?
One way to find out.
There's only one way. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going down. Don't you be an idiot, Trinity. But Trin, you fuck.
Go, 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 go.
What if I get onto the grass and see what... look.
That's where the golf buggy lives now.
Yeah.
You want to push it up? I've got no grip on my shoe.
1, 2, 3. Jump on the brake, someone. Danger! Yeah, you fuckity fuckers. If you can keep the dogs out the way, we'll see how far up the hill we can get. Get out the way, please. I reckon we leave it for our journey back. Yeah, it's pretty hectic.
I can't even walk up here with my trunks, let alone a couple of buses.
Oh,
All right, let's go to
who wants a big poo to eat? Yum. Lick it, lick it. Rightio. So, by being a Dutch Shepherd means one thing.
What's that?
You just got to have 100% fun all the time. Now, some of the things we do may not look like fun, like when Mendo's tearing Trinity's ear apart. But to the dogs,
To Mendo.
and to Trinity, Trinity goes, "Hey, Mendo, can you pierce my ear?" Mendo goes, "Fuck yeah. Can you do my nails? Here,
Girls
try this
love-
dew claw." Because I think we did get someone comment on us, what happens when they go hunting? We don't know. We hardly ever catch them. But
Yeah, sometimes we get some legs.
yeah, they bring back some souvenirs. Hey, what would you do there, you silly sausage? Oh, it's Trinity.
I did.
Okay, let's do it.
Hey, Dolph, what do you call this plant?
It might be, I think they call that snake bean, that one.
Snake bean?
Yeah. See, the whole thing is, like in times of winter, it gets a bit cold for the bacteria to live into the soil. So by always having a green cover crop, it's always pumping sugar down, and it's like winter in England. Everyone's at the pub drinking a Guinness. You know what I mean?
Yum.
So they'll survive the winter because they've got plenty of food
Kangaroo.
and kangaroos.
Dolph Cooke, the Dean of Green at the Australian Cannabis University. Can you tell us a little bit about what that's about?
Yeah, so let's say nearly 9 years ago now, as an ADHD person who's been written off by the government, I came up with an idea. Imagine if there was a place that could teach you everything you need to know about cannabis without you getting in trouble. because education is not illegal. Well, some of my best friends at that time and our oldest members, I was doing biochar with them and they said, what's going on with you? And I explained, this is an idea I had. And for 2 hours, I just bombarded them with this idea. And then they turned around and said, well, here's $2. Me and Mazza are your first members. And I'm like, fuck, dudes, it was just an idea. Now you're going to make me have to do this and live up to my word. Oh my God, talk about a can of worms. So I guess in the first 6 months before we pre-announced what we was doing, we had about 600 people all sign up to be equal shareholders. And that was the plan. Let's be equal. Let's be a community. Let's all share in this together. Let's. Many hands make light work, all that sort of stuff. So it was, hey, you can be an equal shareholder with equal say for $1. Then we had the plan. What else do our members get for $1? And we've had to come up with so many programs, but the biggest program was getting people into a legal cannabis farm, growing this legally, learning from it, and helping them choose which way they want to go inside the industry. So as you can probably tell, we're 100% organic. It's all about clean food. We can't say food because some government organisation says it's not food. We can't say medicine because one organisation says it's not medicine. We can't say it's clothing. There's an organisation for that. We can't say it's this. We can't say it's that. We can't say it's anything. However, it was here before man and government was created. So I'm not sure why everyone feels the need to fight against that, because it can compete in so many arenas. Paper, fuel, it'll beat anything that alcohol and drugs and any of that stuff. It's got the ability to do a whole lot of things.
So with that $1 membership, anyone can sign up and become a member. And what do they have access to?
Well, basically, you've got to be Australian, because it's the Australian Cannabis University.
Yep.
We get lots of people from all around the world wanting to join up. But we're like, dude, come on, this is a community. Let's get it sorted in Australia first, then we could come to your country. Some countries, people still get murdered by the police for having a joint.
Yeah.
So it's like, we don't want to have to learn international regulations as well, because our government changes the regulations here locally so fucking often. It makes our job hard.
Yeah.
So for $1, what do you get? You get access to everyone in the organisation. There are people in our organisation that are at the top of their game in legal, in marketing, in retail, in transportation, in logistics, in just name it, 70,000 plus members. They all did something. They all did life experiences of all sorts of things. They all know what kind of world we want. And by cutting cannabis out of our world, we're cutting the innovations out. Everyone knows cannabis can be used to make walls that are fireproof, mold-proof, breathable, load-bearing. Everything that they can throw at it, cannabis can beat, because it is a plant that grows quickly and easily.
And the Australian Cannabis University has been giving resources to really sick people, cancer patients and chronic illness.
Absolutely,
resources.
mate. We have a lot of people. Come on, Trinity. Hey, what's
Couple
up?
of circles.
Come on, baby, settle.
So
We have a lot of people that are, let's say, addicted into a... Trinity, please. Here, you want this?
yes, she does.
That's the alpha female, so she's getting a little bit muddy on my good t-shirt. Where was we even going, Ryan?
Is
The
it
networking.
worth signing up to the Australian Cannabis University?
Oh, totally. I did it
So-
way in the beginning.
I signed up just not even for the services. I think it was more to be a part of a community that offered help to people who needed help.
And the
to
biggest
put my
help we're
vote
doing-
down to say that I back this cause because I believe that people should have access to any medicine that they deem fit for themselves, as everyone's an individual.
Yeah. Well, you don't even have to look at it as medicine. The four founders of that medicine system said sayings like, do no harm. Let thy medicine be thy food. Let their food be thy medicine. Where's all that gone now? Since about 75, they've removed everything natural out of medicine and replaced it with synthetic. They're trying to find the exact thing that fixes things. It's not. The whole food, the entirety, whoever created the plant said it needs all these other things for it to be okay as a food, as a health, as whatever. And here we are trying to pick the THC out of everything and say, this is your medicine.
Got a fair few dogs here.
No, look what you did.
Can you tell us about the police overreach that influenced the Dutch Shepherds that we have today?
Yeah, the best thing about it is while we was in court, we got to subpoena everything. And there was a text that was written by the general manager of the council, his name is Troy Green, straight to the police saying that you need to send a raid there now. His officer has just come back from the property and has never seen so much drugs, so much guns.
Leave one bad alone.
She's alright.
It's getting picked on.
It was quite a hectic looking warrant for kiddie porn, for people that were entrapped, waiting to be human trafficked, for guns, for drugs, for cannabis. And they came in hard.
And I heard they
And
got nothing.
8 hours later, they got nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. And so what it did waste was $750,000 of taxpayers' money
Jesus.
for a fake raid that was called up by a fake general manager who used fake wording to weaponize the police. We
So-
haven't forgotten it. It's not going anywhere. When the evidence is collated correctly, we're going to prosecute it, and the world needs to see this.
So you could consider that harassment
Absolute harassment. For 4 years, this harassment has gone on.
over a plant,
Over a plant.
healing, which is all legal.
All legal.
Seems a bit insane, doesn't it?
This is what happens when you give people the power and you don't check them. They get a bad culture. One bad egg, who's the general manager, has just said, yous will make this happen or yous will lose your jobs. Now we're seeing people who have lost their jobs come forward and explain how corrupt the council is. They're going about it one-on-one, knowing they'll get sued, knowing they might go to jail, knowing that they might never get their story heard. We're not. We're going ahead as 70,000 plus united members who are sick to death of what's going on in our council. Now, it's not just our council, because there's hundreds of these councils right around Australia. They're all doing the same thing. Not a day goes by when someone in a council somewhere hasn't been done for something. So this needs to be cleaned up really quickly. And the people that allow it to slide, the state government, the federal government, everyone who's supposed to be overseeing these people need to lose their positions as well.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are allowing it to get by. Oh, it's a loophole, you know? No. If it's a loophole, why wasn't it fixed? One of the really big reasons that we ended up getting the Dutch Shepherd dogs is because in 2022, the government, local government, known as Tweed Shire Council, got it in their heads that they didn't like keeping the weed in Tweed. So we grow a lot of weeds here. And so they thought they would go against us because I looked like an easy target. Well, they weaponized the police, and the police came and raided our farm, including the firearms inspector, the raptor squad, the dog squad, and several other emergency break-in vehicles in case we had insane amount of, what would you call it, fortification. But we're just a cannabis farm, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, doing everything legally. The police, when we come to court, all recognise that the government overreached, weaponised the police. And we left the court with the police and the firearms and the prosecutor all agreeing that never again will they allow this to happen to us. If they have a problem with us, they'll call me on my phone, we'll sit down and work it out. However, the council absolutely hated the outcome and continuously, maliciously litigated against us. So, we needed a way to keep the council off our farm. They were doing all sorts of stuff that takes forever in the courts for us to fix. So we needed stuff to stop them from coming in and doing their nasty stuff. So Dutch Shepherds were it. I found them on TikTok. I seen them running up trees and biting things and jumping up and doing crazy stuff, smashing through windows of cars, which we seen yesterday.
Yeah, Skittles had a go at that.
And all round loyal. So I got my first military dogs, Humboldt, Trinity, Mendocino. They were named in such a way as back in the day, these three counties in America were subjected to government overreach, where government military people would be up in helicopters with machine guns shooting cannabis farmers in the fields. It was called the War on Drugs, and Humboldt County, Mendocino County and Trinity County are known as the Emerald Triangle, where all the best cannabis was created, where all the toughened cannabis growers had to learn how to keep away from these police, where the government failed in their war against drugs. And what better way? It's now happening 30 years later here in Australia. Same thing. Governments weaponising government departments, using guns on unarmed citizens. We need a way to stop that. So the dogs have done perfectly. We do like any cannabis grower would do in the heart of the war on drugs. We get creative. We set forth a network of AIs to pick out everyone in the council who have criminal records, who have credit reporting problems, who have anything at all that can be used against them in this battle against us. And we're going to pick them out and publicly display that so the rest of the AIs can then find out that the Tweed Shire Council isn't as clean as it is. Now, if you say, hey, didn't the ICAC go into the council? You're welcome. They're still there, and the more info we send them as an organisation, as a group, as a public interest, everyone who's ever been touched by this council, the longer the ICAC will stay in there until these people are put in jail. That is one heck of a philosophy, to have dogs to guard us against the overreach of $290 million is what they're publicly claiming that they get off the federal government every year to run this shire. We have the worst roads in the entire district. We have the worst crime rates. We have the worst amount of meth. Yeah, so a lot of these things are my opinion, and that's why we probably get harassed a lot by these idiots.
So you're not afraid to take any of them on?
Not afraid. in these trying times when the whole world is at war over fake news and these government people picking their nose and wiping it on you like they did back at school, shit needs to stop. If you got everybody in the Iran war and the American warships and the Israeli death chambers and you gave them all a big fucking smoker pot at the same time, they'll be laying around fucking cracking jokes and fucking hugging each other. Guaranteed. So why is this plant so hated?
I'd say because it works.
Peace does not make money.
And money is not everything.
To these people who run the wars, money is everything. Money is power. Power is absolute corruption. However, I might get labelled as a tinfoil hat wearing guy. I tell you what, I'm nearly 60 and I can out-energize all these Dutch Shepherds. They sit around and have 2 or 3 hour naps during the day while I'm still out there fighting the good fight for everyone.
Hell yeah. How do the Dutch Shepherds help as a preventative for the government coming onto this property?
Well, number one, part of the trespass, there's not much you can do about trespassing. If you're there, you can use just amount of force to get them off your property. And that's subjective to a court of law and all that sort of stuff. But with these dogs trained in the way they are, and the signs saying, do not enter this property, you will die. And if you've chosen to trespass on that property, the liability of the dog attacks is now on you. That is insanely powerful. And I don't think any of these governments understand what their own laws are about.
Yeah.
These dogs will run, and they've been known to jump through the windows of cars of trespassers that come onto our farm. Oh, we're lost. Oh, we got told this is the way out. Oh, whatever. So ever since we've won in court and we've had these dogs here, the only time the council came is there's a patch of land that they own on the outskirts of here. And we caught them in there and they were saying, oh yeah, we're here looking for the fire, mate. And it was like, right. And our guys quizzed them and then they lost their story and then they ran with their tails behind their legs. More. Then we had the council come with the RSPCA. You can tell this council is trying to stop us. They think we're not doing anything because it feels like we're not doing anything. But it takes a lot of time to gather this information and to present it as real evidence. So once we get to a point in time, we'll be presenting. So these dogs physically deter anyone from going on the property. And yes, we had the RSPCA, the council and the police all read the signs, all drive onto the property, all climb out of their cars like fucking dinglings. We're dealing with those nose-picking fucking dinglings daily. They're not just a dog protection, they're my children.
And they also keep the volunteers and guests safe too, hey?
Absolutely. Everyone is safe when they're here,
Yeah.
when they're with the dogs, when they're meant to be here, when they're introduced to the dogs. When they come here on their own volition late at night or at any other time, when they feel like they can do it because the way I work for the government, then they're going to get a new
Butthole.
change. Yeah, I was going to say, a new arsehole. Absolutely. The reason that these dogs now need professional help from Ryan Key's dog training because they have attacked a lot of trespassers. Trespassers are getting dumber and they keep on coming on. We need these dogs now to be able to hold that person in a submissive spot without doing too much damage until we can come along and rectify the situation. Friggity, frick. Yeah, we're bored, Dad.
Come
Stop
through this
talking
way.
shit. So, to heal people, they need to know that there is the availability of them being healed.
And for $1 becoming a member with the Australian Cannabis University, you can find all the resources you need if you are wanting to start a healing journey.
More resources than you can poke a stick at.
I haven't been able to get through them, but I found
I got
exactly
about
what I need.
40 terabytes of stuff I've tried, tested, filmed, put out there for the university for everyone to learn and step up from, because it competes with everything: food, paper, petrol, products, solar panels, everything. So our biggest thing is if we can get 100,000 members and organise them into a petition or organise them into a mechanism that we can stop the government with what they're doing and to see it for what it is and to change it, then we can walk on to the next injustice. Cannabis itself has been more than 130 years in prohibition. What we need to do is get everyone to see that it's normal, get everyone to choose it. Not everybody wants to use it, for sure.
Yeah.
Because you can have cannabis leaf and you can get cannabinoid boost
I believe
without getting stoned.
Everyone should have access to it regardless of whether they need it or not.
Well, there's a whole different ball game, man. We're talking about, hey, are we wards of the state and we should do whatever the government tells us? Then if we are, we all need to go back to school, learn how to be a government and kick the people out of government and do a proper cleaner government.
And help the people.
If we're not, if we're just selfless, dumbed down, trained ants in an ant farm, well, if you're happy with your life, just go ahead and be like that. Yes, we're all going to die. That's a given by being on this planet. But wouldn't you like to have a full, joyful go at life rather than a structured program, mainly upset, mainly anxious, mainly depleted existence?
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Just do a sign off.
Love your work, Dolph. Honestly, you're one of the best people I've ever met. It's insane how selfless you are to be able to help so many people. The stories that I've heard of you helping people is unbelievable. I would end this by saying that anyone interested should go on Australian Cannabis University website, www.australiancannabisuniversity.org, I believe.
Perfect.
And if you have a look on there, sign up for $1. You can come be a part of the community and help all of us help other people.
And the dogs.
And
the
all
dogs.
members are welcome to the farm. All members are welcome to everything that we do.
Currently up to 70,000. How many?
70,000 plus, not
70,000.
sure, haven't looked in a long, long
Bloody
time.
hell. And we're aiming for 100,000.
And I think 100,000 will speak volumes when it's presented to the government.
Like safety in numbers almost.
Well, not even that. If every single person who's joined us because they believe an ounce of the truth that we've got here, they can heal themselves, or the cannabis is cleaning up the soils as we grow, or the dogs are beautiful, or whatever.
Dogs are beautiful.
Communion with happiness, then they're going to easily recognize that the government has a secret agenda to keep this away from you. They don't want you healthy. They don't want you prosperous. They don't want you enjoying life. They want you working in mundane jobs, not using your brain. So, $1 is going to change your life.
So anyone that might be interested in joining the cause or looking for resources or information should go onto the Australian Cannabis University website at australiancannabisuniversity.org, sign up for $1, become a member and have access to all of the member benefits that could lead them on the journey to whatever they're looking for. Am I correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Become a member today. Your life and everything in your life is changed for the positive.
Perfect.
Love you, Dolph.
Love you, Dolph.